I'm going to talk about the drop from rack after the kettlebell clean. So once you clean the bell, it's in racking. A lot of the time people will flip the bell over the fist and or cast it out, and paired with the shoulder being loose out here. So first things first, pull that back, lats on, your scapula pulling down and in. That pushes the chest out and creates some thoracic extension right here. So here's the difference. That's not what you want. If you get a jerk and your muscles are at an extent already, like they're not contracted and they're really out here, you could damage something at the back here by that jerk. So protect your shoulder, protect everything around the back here. Pull it back and down. That's number one. Let's talk about the natural drop. It happens like this. You rotate here your hand and then let the bell drop and go into hook grip. Now I'll demonstrate with the kettlebell. This is why we put a lot of focus on the assisted clean, because that base is facing down the whole time. Look at what I'm doing. I'm grabbing the base, down, pull out. That's the same thing that happens during the drop on the clean, from the clean. Straight down. What you don't want is this base to flip over the fist. I'm going to show you what that looks like. I'm going to show you what it looks like with my scapula not pulled down and back and my chest not active. So there's a jerk. You'll see if you look at this in slow motion or pay attention to the extent, like the furthest part where the kettlebell is away, that's where that jerk happens. You want to avoid that. Here, we're going to avoid it by a natural drop. I'm going to try and do this in slow-mo and controlled. Drop, pull out, and push through. So, not only is this flipping over gonna put pressure on your shoulder, it's also gonna create more resistance on your grip. So you'll feel your finger flexors, the tendons here from that jerk. So if you have problems here, you should look at how am I dropping the bell? Am I casting it? Am I letting it drop naturally? Or am I letting it flip over the fist? These are all things you should look at. So one more time, the assisted clean. This is what you need to go back to if you're having issues and not understanding the natural drop here. Do that like 10 times, for example, and then do your natural drop. A lot of the time people also do the casting, because they feel the bell is not far away from them enough to get that swing going through, but eventually you'll get used to it. So the natural drop is here and through. The casting is there and the flipping is here. Okay, enough on that. The next thing is the part of the kettlebell on the clean, where the kettlebell goes up and you're catching it. Most of the time people talk about an arc, but it's not really an arc like this or a half circle. It's not like that. You want that kettlebell to go like this, because if that kettlebell goes like this, it basically bangs against your shoulder. So I'll demonstrate. I am exaggerating a bit, but when people start out, it can look like that. And even when they continue that, it might reduce a little bit, but they're still banging because there is this half circle happening. What do you want? You want that kettlebell to come up. If it's here, all you need to do is catch it and rack it. Looks like this. So the first few, I exaggerated a bit. I went higher. That's what I call an early insert. I catch it here. That's what you want to do, because you don't want to wait for the kettlebell to come down, okay? So making that kettlebell come up is all done by how fast your body comes up here and that kettlebell is pulled out. So if you're waiting too long, then it will probably go out further and it will become this half circle. So the point is, make sure that that kettlebell comes up and not out and in, like this. I'll demonstrate one more time what this half circle looks like and what it does on your shoulder. So there's a big bang happening here on your shoulder because the kettlebell comes from here to here. You don't want that. You want it to come from here to here and then catch it. That's what you want. I'll demonstrate the right part, the right trajectory now. There's no banging, nothing. I am catching the bell. The bell is going up, I'm coming under, punching in, dropping naturally. Same for hang clean. But it applies more for the swing clean. Quick note, I include the movement on the type of clean. So dead, clean, hang, clean, swing, clean. The swing clean is usually referred to as just a clean because it's the most common clean. It doesn't mean that you need to do a swing and then a clean. It means I include the movement in the name. That's that. I hope that helps. See you later.